Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane, Blind. I'm Wisemimir. Last episode we began the trial and started asking questions, and like an idiot, I didn't save where I was, so I had to load back to the beginning of the trial. Oh well. It's fine. I don't think we were getting anywhere with that line of questioning anyway. I have read all of this already. I've read this twice now because I'm re-recording this too. Or thrice now, but eh. Right. So, statement 4, in the field recording I pressed this and got options. You mentioned that you saw someone fall into the vat. Did you not recognize the person? Well, I didn't know the lad personally, and it was pretty far away. I couldn't get a good look at the person. Okay, keep a pin in that detail. Anyways, could you go into more detail about the moment you witnessed the accident? Of course, what did you want to know about? What happened before the guardrail fell? Right, you saw him lean on it, but that shouldn't have caused it to break. Made an impression on you, but that didn't change your testimony in any conceivable way that would actually help me. Unfortunately. So let's try that again. Okay, what was Aster doing? Aster was not doing much. And Aster didn't do anything to help. Kinda like how Morrison didn't do anything to help. Funny. I wonder why. As a reminder, I am doing this entirely blind. So, who knows? Maybe Aster's the killer, maybe he's not. Who knows? I sure don't. Although I have suspicions. Okay, this is also not going to help me because it just leads back to the evidence we're not allowed to present, even though that evidence is definitely strong enough to tear holes in pretty much all this testimony. Like, the transmutation evidence could help, but it's not allowing me to present that, so that's unfortunate. Right, she pointed to the walkway in the first place. That's how you saw Justin fall. I see. Could you include that detail? Mazurka pointed it out. That's when you saw Justin fall. Alright. So let's try this and see what happens. Wait, what? Witness, you said that you saw the victim fall into the vat. Did this happen before, during, or after Mazorka tried to get your attention? It was definitely after. If it weren't for the commotion she made, I wouldn't have looked up there in the first place. It's just as you thought, but what does that mean? Morrison, I spoke with Mazurka about what she saw. She said Justin fell off the walkway and then she rushed to you for help. Aye, that sounds about right. No, Morrison, it actually doesn't. What do you mean? If Mazurka saw Justin fall before she went to get help, then how did you see him fall after she came to you for help? Right. This was in reaction to seeing Justin fall off the walkway. If that's true, how could you have possibly seen Justin fall off the walkway again afterward? I have no idea. Mr. Cuthbert, you're disputing the witness's testimony over a minor detail. It's entirely possible Mr. Morrison or Miss Tudor simply misremembered. I highly doubt Morrison misremembered the order of what happened. His testimony matches up exactly with the testimony of his companion. Then Miss Tudor must be the one who's mistaken. I'm compelled to agree with Miss Steelwind. These conflicting accounts seem extremely minor. The prosecution's case is based on a broken guardrail, and the only 3 individuals witnessed Justin Way break said guardrail. The defense asserts that these 3 witness accounts must be consistent with one another. Otherwise, this evidence is not strong enough to find my client liable. Please, the break in the guardrail is directly over the vat. That is enough evidence to prove the victim fell in. And how do we know that the guardrail wasn't broken by some other event? That's ludicrous. You're clearly you're clearly just playing devil's advocate. I'll admit, I also find the defense's assertion dubious. However, I see no harm in allowing Miss Tudor to testify to what she saw. Rika saw a lot less than Morrison and Astor did, and her testimony was a lot less detailed. But the one detail she did remember was that she saw Justin fall off the walkway. Hopefully, her testimony might clear up what happened. Bailiff, please escort Miss Tudor to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. This is probably Rika's first time testifying in a courtroom. You hope she'll be okay. As if I need such instructions, but allow me to indulge you all. Oh Lord, is she seriously doing that here? I am Mazorka Tudor, Dark Lord of Oranax, High Archmage of the Cadmium Flames, and business proprietor of Sweet Confessions. I see. I was not aware we were in the presence of such a renowned individual. I can't believe the judge is falling for that. Wait, does he actually believe her? Your Honor, Mizorka is the owner of a local cafe in Oralax. But isn't she also a high archmage? I am. No, she really isn't. Tyrion, you're ruining my flow. Your flow was perjury. Yeah, stop ruining her flow, Tyrion. You would say that your flow is the most disrupted right now. Ahem. Anyways, Miss Tudor, you were at the Oranax refinery on the night of the accident. And you witnessed the moment the victim fell off the walkway. Am I correct? Yes, that's right. According to your statement, you ran up to Morrison after you saw Justin fall off the walkway. The problem is that there's a contradiction between both of your testimonies. There's a contradiction? Morrison testified that he didn't see the victim fall into the vat until after you approached him. This wouldn't make sense, though. You saw the victim fall off the walkway before you ran up to Morrison. Morrison couldn't have possibly seen the victim fall out again after that. Oh, I think I see what happened. You do? I think you're misunderstanding what I said before. I misunderstood you. If that's true, could you please testify to the court exactly what happened? Please include every detail you can remember. Sure. Witness testimony. Finally, we're making some progress. Marginal progress, though it may be. I was at the refinery when I heard a strange sound from the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw that Justin had tumbled over the guardrail. But he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging on to the edge. I didn't know how to get to the walkway from there, so I looked for help on the grounds and found Mr. Morrison. He must have seen Justin lose his grip of the ledge and fall into the vat. That would explain how Morrison saw the victim fall after Miss Tudor saw him fall off the walkway. I mean, it might, but I don't believe this testimony. Right. He saw a figure lean on a guardrail and break it. So let's try this. Over. She said over, didn't she? Rika, you said that the victim tumbled over the guardrail. As in, he was thrown over it. Yes, that's right. What? Did you see that in the moment the guardrail broke? No, I didn't. I already told you that, didn't I? But you did see the moment that Justin fell off the walkway. And in that moment, did you see Justin break the guardrail? No, like I told you, I didn't see the moment the guardrail broke. But that's the thing, Rico. According to Morrison, Justin Way broke the guardrail as he fell into the vat. More specifically, he said that Justin was standing on the walkway when this happened. What? According to the prosecution, Justin Way leaned on a faulty guardrail and broke it, falling into the vat. But that's not what you saw, was it, Rika? No, I saw him tumble over the guardrail. I'm afraid I don't see the importance of this, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you accusing the witness of perjury? I mean, yes, clearly. There's definitely something going on here, but what? Mizorka is a mage, and you don't want to suspect her. But you need to consider every possibility. What is happening here? I need to check Discord real quick. I think I got a message. Okay. Back to the recording. Mizorka is lying. Morrison is lying. They're both lying. They're both telling the truth. As outlandish as it sounds, I think they might both be telling the truth. This happens a lot in Ace Attorney if the trial of Maya Fey was anything to go off of. So, considering this is Ace Attorney inspired, they're both telling the truth, you guess. But how does that make sense? Okay, think this through. If we assume that Rika and Morrison are telling the truth, you need to remember the exact order of events. First, Rika saw Justin go up the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw that Justin had tumbled over the guardrail. But he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging onto the ledge of the platform. She saw Justin fall over the guardrail and off of the walkway. Justin was able to grab the walkway ledge. That's when Mizorka went to look for help. This is when she ran into Morrison and asked her. Right, and then we've got Morrison's testimony that he saw Justin fall into the vat, breaking the guardrail in the process. And Aster basically remembers things the exact same way as Morrison, but they couldn't see Justin's face. That one detail of their testimonies never sat right with you. But you dismissed your suspicions. They found Justin's body in the vat, after all. Or rather, they found his remains, his belongings, and stuff of that sort. You know for a fact that he fell into that vat, but you never considered one other possibility. Another person must have fallen into the vat too. Another person, is that really possible? But it's the only thing that makes sense. It would also explain how Rika, Morrison, and Aster all saw someone fall off of the walkway at different times. But then, who was the second person? Ugh. You don't have a choice. even if you don't know all of the facts, this is the only conclusion you can draw. I think you've had quite enough time to deliberate, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you accusing the witness or not? I'm not accusing the witness of perjury, Your Honor. Both Miss Tudor's and Mr. Morrison's testimonies appear to contradict each other, but they are both telling the truth. Then please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. And how could both of their testimonies be true? Well, I think there's only one possible explanation. Both Miss Tudor and Mr. Morrison saw someone fall off the walkway. But the person Miss Tudor saw and the person Mr. Morrison saw were two different people. Are you serious, Mr. Cuthbert? Do you honestly think some random person fell into the vat moments after Justin Way fell in? It's the only conclusion that makes sense, Miss Steelwind. Miss Tudor knew the victim and recognized him. That's how she was able to confirm that it was him that fell into the vat. However, Mr. Morrison and his companion did not know the victim personally. They could barely make out his features. They only assumed it was him after learning that he fell in. Please. It's far more likely that Miss Tudor is simply mistaken about what she saw. Well, what? No, I'm sure I saw Justin fall over the guardrail. And let's not forget Miss Tudor's allegiances. As a beneficiary of the Dracogen Trading Company, she has every reason to confound this case in the defense's favor. That's not... Oh well, that's enough. This is a civil case, Mr. Cuthbert, not some murder mystery for you to throw wild furies towards. This was clearly an accident. It looks like you don't have a choice. You're going to have to use your trump card. You have one piece of evidence that proves this wasn't a simple accident. Transmutation. Are you sure about that, Your Honor? What? Justin Way's death was reported as an unfortunate accident. As a result, the city guard put minimal resources into their investigation. More specifically, there was no reason to call in the Arcane Inquisition. What are you talking about now? Why would the Inquisition be... No. Are you saying that, unlike the Oranax City Guard, I have a mage capable of casting Detect Magic? My bodyguard, Celeste, scanned the crime scene for magical traces. And she found traces of transmutation on the broken guardrail. Traces of magic were found at the crime scene. But that would make this a potential homicide, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. The accident took place within an Arcane refinery. Those traces could have easily come from purification process. the purification process. Brain left outward. Miss Steelwind. These traces were found only on the guardrails that Justin broke. We didn't find them anywhere else. We can't be certain of what happened, but it's clear that a mage used magic near the scene of the accident. Foul play may have been involved. So, my theory of another person falling into the vat is entirely possible. My client is not at fault for the guardrail breaking. Considering this shocking revelation, there is still much we do not know about Justin Way's death. With that said, I have no choice but to suspend this trial of Von Sanctus versus Dracogen. You had a feeling that would happen. Just like your other cases, the court won't pass a verdict until a culprit is found. The court will give the Arcane Inquisition time to investigate the scene and these supposed magical traces. We will resume the trial in 2 days' time. Court is adjourned. Well, at least we survived the first day. But it feels like we're back to square one. Yeah. The Inquisition will get involved. They know that magic played a role in what happened. If you want them to dismiss the case against Dracogen, you're going to have to find out exactly what happened. If that's even possible. Ugh. Hey, are you okay? I feel like I need 3D glasses here. Hey. Right, read that. Whoops. You feel a headache coming on. Yeah, I think I'm just tired. Well, this day has been exhausting. It's pretty late. Should we just head back to the inn and continue the investigation tomorrow? No, I want to take another look at the refinery before the Inquisition gets there. Ugh. The throbbing pain in your skull seems to disagree with you doing that. Yeah, no, we're heading back to the inn. I'm fine, really. Tyrion, I know you're anxious about the trial, but you need to get some rest. Celeste, it's fine. If it's not, you're going to work yourself. Would you just stay out of my way? Again, your voice came out louder than you meant for it to. Fine, do whatever you want. It's this damn city. Being back here is really getting to you. That's all the more reason to get through this trial as soon as possible. The soreness in your head doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Perhaps she's right. You'll be better off in investigating the scene after some rest. Would I like to save my progress? Absolutely. Next time on Let's Play Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane, Blind, I am going to continue our little investigation and see how much evidence we can grab before the next trial. I will see you then.